The next question is...
Bonus Nosh.
Bonus Nosh. This one comes from James Scott. Once again, he's been fantastic the last couple of podcasts. Really do appreciate you getting involved, mate. Another possible topic for next week. Now into the second year of the Step 3 restructure. Has this hindered our local clubs? Increased travelling costs have undoubtedly affected Needham, Leiston and Lowestoft and affected their playing budgets and ability to attract and retain players. Exactly the opposite of what the new Southern Premier League Central Division was supposed to do. That's a hell of a question.
It's a great question. I couldn't agree more in a way. Like it's not working.
What division would you put them into though?
I don't.
Do you know what I mean?
It's almost like it all needs to be resplit again.
But how many times do you keep doing that though? Because eventually those teams are gonna go up to a certain level that requires them to travel, and I mean it's not as if they're at a low level of football.
I think the shame with some of the clubs is that they've maintained in the same division for a while, and now the players are walking away because of after that restructure and how far away it is. There's always been that thing like with Ipswich where they've said players won't come because of the location. And everything, and it almost feels like players don't want to play in that league because of the location of where they are, because it's so easterly.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it depends on where you're at, really, especially at a higher level of the game. I mean, this part of the world is quite a nice place to bring your family up.
Yeah.
So if you've got a family, it's a great place to move to, whereas if you're a young footballer, you want to live in the Londons, the Manchesters, the Birminghams, those kind of, the hive of activities. But kind of at this level of the game, I suppose when you are in this particular part of the world and you are having to travel to East Midlands, so, sometimes on Tuesday nights, etc. I think this is where kind of like the league has to look at itself and how they organise the fixtures and not have those kind of games on a Tuesday night. Have more local ones that are easily accessible for fans on a Tuesday nights, rather than having the long distance potential travel some of those days.
We haven't looked at how the fixture request scheme works yet in those leagues. We have in Furlough None. That's something to come out later on. But that could be really interesting because I've seen numerous little things where people have got back at 4 a.m. from their playing football, and then they've got to get up and go to work.
At this level of football, it's not their job. It's it is a hobby still. Although they're getting paid for it, it is still a hobby at the end of the day. I don't know what the answer is to this, to be honest, because there's only so many times you can keep restructuring it. I mean, what level, what division do these guys go into then? I'd have to do some research on it to find out, but surely there's not very many teams from this part of the world that are at that level of football.
To solve some of this...
So if these guys are at that level, they've got to go somewhere.
It's like almost to solve this problem, you need to take people out of lots of different leagues, chuck them into a new league, and then they'll only go and get promoted and then have the same problem when they move across to the next league.
Yeah, it's difficult.
The whole pyramid, it isn't just... To solve the issue, it isn't Step 3 that would need to be restructured. The whole of East Anglian football would have to be restructured.
Yeah.
Which would mean, we don't live in a bubble. It would mean the whole of the football across the UK.
But I mean, you go up higher. Go up higher. Why is Kings Lynn in the north of the Vanarama National? Do you know what I mean?
At work,
where's the logic in that?
But at work, we used to be divided north and south, and I used to work in Colchester branch, and it's classed as north.
Yeah. This is the thing, it's got to be split somewhere. Counties and leagues at this level have got to have certain cut-off points.
It's to do with the volumes of teams south and north, and the problem with south is London, and that's why someone like Kings Lynn drops to north. Yeah, very, very true. I don't know the answer, James. Is the honest answer? I don't know. I don't know what can be done. I have an opinion, but I don't know something that would solve it. My opinion around it is the fact that it would be great if these clubs could be playing people more locally, but my honest answer around it is they've got to that level of football. If it's unsustainable for them, that level's no longer right for them, they'll naturally drop back down.
It's a fair point. Good question, though. I really appreciate it. Sorry we can't answer it in more, give you a definitive, this is the answer.
The answer's a sad one, I think.
The answer is a sad one. Or you can just be so good you're like Kings Lynn, get promoted, and then boom, jobs are good.
And then still bang them in and carry on.
There you go, that's it. Great question.